the game could see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, everyone, to It's the Squared Circle here with the Sports Swami, only on theboxingvoice.com. And join me on the line, this man here, he will be fighting. It's going to be January 23rd, the Staples Center, Los Angeles, California. It's Robert Guerrero versus Danny Garcia. This man here is going to try to shove himself into the welterweight championship picture. And, well, he has a tough hombre in his path in Aaron Martinez, but I have faith in him. Once again, I give you, it is the pride and joy of not only Monson, Pennsylvania, but the United States Armed Forces. I give you the Hucan Mexican. I give you its specialist, Sammy Vasquez. Sammy, let's start off here with, has it hit you yet that you're going to be fighting on Fox, the first ever Fox card with boxing with the PBC, national television in the Staples Center?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be huge, man. You know, it's a good opportunity for me to, you know, step up in competition and, you know, to be on a major network like Fox. You know, I mean, it's just going to be a huge night, you know, of great fights. And, you know, I'm definitely trying to, you know, prove myself and, you know, let everybody know I belong in there with the best. And, you know, Aaron Martinez is in my way right now, and he's the guy I have to knock down.
So what have you seen out of Aaron Martinez? I mean, for the casual fan who doesn't know anything about him or know much about you, break it down. What does he bring to the table? What's different about Aaron Martinez than the past couple guys you faced?
I would say the guys that he fought. You know what I mean? He's fought, you know, some named guys. He beat Devin Alexander. You know, he was a world champion. Fought Robert Guerrero. You know, had Robert Guerrero knocked out on his feet, you know, for a little bit. And, you know, Guerrero came back and it was a split decision. So, you know, for Guerrero to face Mayweather and then for him to do that to Guerrero, you know what I mean, you know, was a huge opportunity for him. You know, he fought Jesse Borges and also Josecito Lopez, you know. So he has some big names on his resume. And, you know, I mean, he comes to fight. You know, he brings it, you know, all 10, 12 rounds, whatever we're fighting. And, you know, I mean, I think it's just what he has to offer me, for me to step up. And that's you know, his resume. And, you know, for me to take out somebody like him, you know, just makes me look better.
From watching his style, he's a guy who comes forward. He wants to turn this into a phone booth fight. That's usually what you like also. Is that what you prefer? Do you want a guy who's going to basically just go toe-to-toe? There is nothing fancy, nothing, you know, cute. Just a guy who he's going to see if he can break your will. He's going to throw his best. He's going to, you know, ask you to bring your best, and he's going to try to break you. Is that what you like in a fight?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, I like guys that want to come push it and, you know, and bring the fight to me. I mean, of course, you know, I fought many guys that say, you know, they want to bring me the fight and want to see how I do under the pressure. And each time I fight those guys, for some reason, every time I hit them 1, 2 times, they start falling back. You know what I mean? And it's me in the hunt. So, you know, it'd be nice to see, you know, him take a couple nice shots, and if he keeps coming forward, and you know what I mean, and I'll just adapt myself from there. I mean, you know, that's a part of boxing. You know, and either way, I'm gonna adapt in the ring, and I'm gonna overcome.
Now, for this fight, is right after Christmas, right after New Year's Eve. How much does that change for you in terms of, you know, preparing for family, preparing for, you know, friends? Because this is the time most of the year most people like to go, you know, gouge themselves on, you know, champagne, ham, meat, you know, Christmas eggnog. I mean, most people like to just put on the pounds. How tough is that for you when, you know, the entire family's over, everybody's eating, and you're going, okay, I can have one piece of lettuce and maybe a small piece of, you know, potatoes. Okay, I'm all set now.
You know, I'm not really, you know, I don't really have too much of a problem with weight. You know, I can kind of get away with eating what I want to eat. You know, I know my limitations. You know, and if I overeat a little bit, you know, then that just means I have to work twice as hard in the gym. You know, and that's really not an issue for me. You know, I've never really struggled with weight as much. I walk around 160, 165. But, you know, as soon as I start training, you know, those pounds start shedding really fast, you know. So, you know, it's just never been a problem for me, you know, weight, you know, regardless of what time of the year or whether I eat too much or things like that. So I'm very fortunate for that.
Well, tell me about the Jose Lopez fight. It was a PBC on FS1 fight. It was in your home neck of the woods, California University of Pennsylvania. 5th round knockout. You dropped him twice. What was that like, you know, when you're the headline of a card, you're being featured heavily on a card, and it's in your hometown. I mean, the atmosphere there, just from being there, it was pretty impressive because it was an American crowd, a Pennsylvania crowd that was just there for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, that was huge. I mean, and have it so close to my home. I mean, that's literally like 15 minutes away from my house. You mean that I lived in? You know, what I mean, so it's like for it to be that close, it was just an amazing feeling. And then to fight somebody, you know, like Jose Lopez, you know, he had a good record, and you know, I mean, he tried making it exciting, but you know, I mean, it was, you know, he was a tough competitor, but you know, I had to do what I had to do, and it was just, it was key for me to win like that in my hometown, you know, and get the crowds, you know, reaction, and you know, for it to be on TV as well as a main event, you know, what I mean, that's just, it all worked out perfectly.
Once again, it is Sammy Vasquez. We're talking all things, of course. Jose Lopez. We're talking crowds. We're talking Aaron Martinez here. How, do you ever get surprised that these fans will travel? I mean, it's one thing to go, you know, just down the road to Monroeville to Pittsburgh to watch a fight. I've seen, you know, your fans. They'll go all the way to Verona, New York. They'll go to freaking Las Vegas, Nevada. I mean, you know, have Sammy will travel. Do you ever look at some of these fans and go, "Wow, you guys are dedicated"?
Absolutely, man. I mean, like I said before, man, you don't get where you are today if it wasn't for your fans. I mean, I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for my fans, because you need that attention. I mean, you need to get people watching you and in tune you, and you know, I mean, if you're bringing, you know, 6,000 to 8,000 people to a fight, those are big numbers. You know what I mean, for just one fighter. You know what I mean, and you know, I mean, and that gets, you know, the big dogs out there looking at you, like wow, like this kid, you know, he's bringing, you know, the people. You know what I mean, and that's how it got me to where I'm at today. You know what I mean, so you know, I give all my thanks to the fans. You know, everybody that follows me out here, even for this fight. I mean, I got people texting me, hey man, when are you going to be there? What hotel are you going to be at? I want to be there through press conferences, through everything. Like, you know what I mean, and there's already a plane and a half already booked. You know, coming to LA. So, and we're still, I mean, a little bit over a month out.
Most people know your story by now. It's been told on NBC, on Fox Sports One. You know, you know, former staffs. You were a specialist of the United States Army National Guard, two-time veteran in the Iraq Wars. You know, gold medals in multiple armed force tournaments. There, do you ever look back at this and go, "Wow, this could have been much worse"? Because you've been there. You've seen what hell is. You've experienced stuff that would make most people's hair, you know, turn white. Does all this stuff? Do you feel more appreciative of what you've accomplished because you've been to hell and back in a lot of ways?
Absolutely. I mean, I was a sergeant. You know, when I got out of the military. So I got out of the military as a sergeant, not a specialist. You know what I mean? And that took a lot of hard work to get to, you know, to become a sergeant in the military. But, you know what I mean? To look at everything that I've been through and to where I'm at now, I mean, I definitely am, you know, I thank God every day. You know what I mean? And there's people that have been through worse things than me over there. You know what I mean? Like, there's, I mean, I take it humbly, you know what I mean, to be where I'm at, and, you know, the things that I've been through, because I could have been in worse situations, you know what I mean, like other guys that's been over there and gone through stuff, you know. So, I mean, I look at it every day, you know what I mean, and that's what fuels me and feeds me, you know, to keep doing what I'm doing and push myself, because, you know, I have that opportunity and I have that willingness, you know what I mean, to be able to be where I'm at today, and if I can make, you know, a positive impact on somebody, you know, such as a veteran, you know, and just to, you know, show them that there's hope out there, you know, and just make them push harder, you know what I mean, to always, you know, keep moving forward regardless of, you know, what disability you have or whatnot, then, you know, I mean, I'm doing the right thing.
I've had the pleasure of talking with several military men who've gone into mixed martial arts, from Tim Johnson. We've had Tim Kennedy. We have spoken with in times Brian Stanton during conference calls. They've all said that, you know, for them, mixed martial arts helped them get back into life because it was a way to, you know, rehab mentally from everything they saw. For you, how much was boxing sort of that vice? You know, it was for you your sanctuary where you could just put your heart into everything and let everything that you saw, everything you experienced, everything you went through or sacrificed or lost overseas. This was sort of your haven, your therapy.
Absolutely, and you know, I mean, that's something that you know, I talked to a therapist about. You know, what I mean, and you know, he says that's, you know, that's really good for you. You know, what I mean, that's something that releases, a lot of energy, a lot of emotions and things like that. And I've always used boxing to help me because I started in boxing from getting bullied. When I was 9 years old. So that was already an outlet for me. Growing up. And then to go through what I went through, like many soldiers. It was just something that I just always went back to. Because that's where that was a safe haven for me. That was something to release, stress, and pressure and just kind of let loose, man. And it's a huge, advantage for me. Because it's not the hard work, and everything that I put into it that is beneficial for me. It's just all of the emotion, that I put into it that helps me act normal in a sense. And just be okay with, with myself and and everything that's happening around me.
It's going to be January 23rd, 2016, Staples Center, PBC on Fox, the first ever PBC show on Fox. Al Haymon has a lot of faith in you. He's putting you in there against Aaron Martinez. Let's face it, this guy is as tough as a $2 steak. He's been in there with world champions. He's been in there against guys who have fought for the world title. His last fight out, he upset Devin Alexander. So he's there to spoil you. He's there to take away your nice, shiny, impressive record, to get into the WBC welterweight title picture, and to basically cause chaos. So for you to win impressively, and put yourself in the conversation of you versus Errol Spence Jr., you versus Keith Thurman, or even, dare I say, you versus Sean Porter. What's the key to victory for you come January 23rd?
A knockout. I got to stop him. If I stop him, the people that he beat, or barely lost to, or the people that he lost to, to stop him, it's huge. That would just put me on a different pedestal. Like, bam, this kid should be in with Keith Thurman or Sean Porter or Kell Brook. Like those type of fighters. So I believe that's devastating of a loss. And a win for me would definitely catapult me up there with those guys.
Well, there you have it. Once again, I give you, it is the pride and joy of Pennsylvania, and also the U.S. Armed Forces. I give you, once again, Specialist himself. I give you Sammy Vasquez Jr., the Hucan Mexican. Sammy, before I let you go, I got to ask, where can the fans check you out at? Where is the Twitter page, Instagram, Facebook, website? Where can the fans hit you up at?
You can follow me on just Sammy Vasquez Jr. or Team Sammy Vasquez Jr. All the links are on my fan page. That's SammyVasquezJr.com. So you just go there, or the Facebook, the Instagram links in there, everything's in there, and then also my merchandise, with the Team Vasquez shirts and sweaters and things like that's on there as well.
There you have it. Once again, they give you, it's Sammy Vasquez Jr. Sammy, always on a pleasure. Have you on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on the show, man. It was great for having me. Thank you.
Pleasure all ours. We come back. We got a whole lot more here, only on the Squared Circle with the Sports Swami, only on theboxingvoice.com.